I'll be the first to say it. No one, on this channel anyway, I'll be the first to say it because I'm the one making the videos and the content here. No one. You may encounter no one that sees it the way you see it. And you've got this fire inside you to do the thing that you dream of. And isn't it amazing how many reasons we come up with to not do the things we dream of? Especially if your stakes, like mine, include your life anyway, includes having a young family. Family and not wanting to screw it up for them. But also knowing that in playing it safe, and again, only you can be the judge of this for your situation in your life. Only you. Isn't that frustrating? At the point in your life when you land in the place where you say, you know what? I have tried 10 different things and none of them felt like me. And the whole time I've known exactly what it is that I am here to do. You know where you're happy. You know what you need to do. But you don't have the guts to do it. Or you think you don't have the guts to do it. You look for validation outside of yourself, and all those people who you think love you, they all say, play it safe, dude. Stay where you are. You've got it made. What you're doing is my dream. But you ask yourself, if this is your dream, why aren't you doing it? It has never... This is like such a cliche thing because you hear this, you read about this in self-help books. No one will be there with you. No one will hold your hand. All those people that are closest to you, they're going to tell you to play it safe. All those people who you think are going to be your fans, they're going to tell you to play it safe. And I always thought, yeah, I can read this and I understand what it's saying logically, but that really hasn't happened in my life, until now. Until right now. And I'm telling you, it is exactly what the books say. It's exactly what the freaking gurus say. I feel like no one, all those people who I thought were close, they're not actually validating anything except the current situation, the play it safe version. I understand that until there's only, to me it seems like there's only one option. Like I'm convincing myself that there's only one option. And that is to go all in on the dream. And the stakes are high. But they're also the opportunity is so ripe, because I'm in an industry where people are hiring left and right, left and right, left and right, left and right. And in this trade, I stating the facts, I'm good at what I do, which is why I know I can operate a business. Of course there are aspects of running a business that I do not yet know the truth of. And of course I'm naive to certain things. Of course. It might be the most naive I've ever been in my whole life. Which is crazy because you think you're naive when you're a kid. But here I am as an adult with kids and a wife and a house and a mortgage and other bills, and now I'm saying, well, yeah, I'm definitely naive. I'm definitely naive. There's like all of this very real risk involved in the idea of starting my own business. Can I continue to put food on the table for my family? Will we lose our house? Oh, I don't know. Just all this stuff bubbles to the surface in my mind. And the voice in my head, of course, tells me that where I am right now is just fine. Just fine. There's no reason to change what's working. If you just try harder, you will achieve everything that you want to achieve from the position that you are in right now. And a lot of days, I almost believe the voice. I have these conversations with myself all the time. A business would be like adding more to my plate. I think. It would certainly be risk. In certain ways. On the other hand, the years are going to pass anyway. The years are going to pass anyway. And I've shared this in other videos, but my wife and I moved recently, the beginning of this year, 2026, we moved So we still own a home in another state, and I'm paying the mortgage on that, but we don't have a home in the current state. We live with family, which is a huge blessing. Also, though, comes with its unique challenges. No doubt we'll look back at the time and think it was a good time. There are very real considerations here, though. Like how a person lives, how a family lives. I think it's very valid to want some of your own space. You know, and oftentimes living with family can be a battle for space, a battle for doing things the way you want to do them. Right down to little details like stuff in the kitchen and in the house, and negotiating rent and the cost of things. So it's a series of challenges, no matter which way you look at it. The challenge of having your own space and paying for that, or the challenge of not having your own space and paying for that. And then doing something with your time that you don't feel aligned with, or that you don't feel is good for you. And you look at past experiences and you think, oh, I've started businesses before, I've had ideas, and I haven't stuck with them. So if my track record, I don't have the greatest track record. But I do have those experiences to learn from. Maybe you can relate. I do have those experiences to learn from. So, coming back to live with family to the place I grew up would be this wonderful kind of welcoming home feeling. And we didn't get that experience. We continue to meet people that are making a life here, doing their own thing. And we do get a welcome. But not from the people who we think we would. Not from the family. Not really from the closest people. It often feels like we get more criticism from those people. And I used to think that I needed to explain myself to those people. And I still feel that way sometimes. Because you want the people who love you, or you say you love the most, to understand you. Unfortunately, all of that understanding of you, all of that knowing your past and who you are, and that living with that other person, that's all accumulated, and it can't go out, it can't go away. So it can be almost healthier, I think, now, having been here almost a year, to love someone from a distance, to love certain family from a distance. Family kind of has a way of making you think that their problems are your problems because you're family. Which is, it's true if you want it to be true. You know? But I think you could spend a whole lifetime feeling that way, and you would literally not do anything. You would be, yeah, you wouldn't live your own life. You'd be making other people happy. I love what I do, and I know that I could do this in a way where I love it as my own business too. So at the moment, this is paid school. This is a paid education. It's a paid networking experience. It's a paid hold period. And I'm choosing to believe that what is for me will not pass me by. It will not pass me by. And I'm pretty sure I know what is for me. And I also believe that me investing in myself, taking risks on myself, prioritizing my own well-being will translate to my kids doing the same thing for themselves. I don't want my kids to worry about my happiness. It isn't their responsibility. It's my responsibility. I don't want my children to think that their dad gave up on his dreams for them. I want them to know that I chased my dreams for them. I took the risks for them. This idea of playing it safe is obviously just it's like a virus, man. I mean, yes, there's whole bunches of logical arguments to be made for playing it safe. Food on the table, clothes, shoes, safe cars, all this like stuff that is just spoken as if it's like the most traditional and correct way of living. But it's, when it's like that, you can't help but feel like, okay, if everybody thinks this, like, why is everybody saying this, talking about the same problems? hating on the wealthy or people with more resources. Completely invested in their way being the correct way. Like I don't know if that makes sense. Like as if they're like sort of on a high horse that is, you know, obviously in their mind it's like the way to live. It's the correct way. It's sort of like they see that they suffer, but they also justify their own suffering because their way is, in their eyes, obviously the correct way to live, so you have to suffer to do it right. And I don't mean suffering like you just need to do life the way that they say it should be done, because that is what they're doing. And I mean, they might not want to consider that had they made different choices earlier on, they might have different circumstances now. So, we'll probably chop the video there. But let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching.